So that post about the Puerto Ricans' contribution to the creation of hip hop got the FBAs in an uproar even more than they already were. And before I address that, let me just set this right here. Breakdancing's in the Olympics this year. Now, my question to them is always going to be, who are the custodians of breakdancing? For that element of hip hop culture, who are the custodians of that? Black people? Were black people the custodians of breakdancing? And if you say yes, show and prove. Show me one picture of an all-black breakdancing crew from any era. I need photo evidence. And I know you don't have it because it doesn't exist. But you know what does exist? Lots and lots and lots of documentation of Puerto Ricans and their custodianship of the element of breakdancing in hip-hop. The Rocksteady crew, which was by all intents and purposes a Puerto Rican breakdance crew, was the first crew of breakdancers to import it overseas. Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans, a Puerto Rican breakdancing crew called the Rocksteady crew, were the first group to import breakdancing overseas. No one across the water saw it before the Puerto Ricans took it over there. And you want to know how they were able to do that? With expertise, right? Because they were good at it. Y'all act like Puerto Ricans learned breakdancing in 6 months. How did they get so good at breakdancing if they weren't a part of it from the very beginning? If they weren't co-creators? How did Puerto Ricans have such mastery of that element of hip hop culture if they weren't originators? If they weren't founders? How? There's no, show me an all-black breakdancing crew. Show me an all-black breakdancing crew from the late 70s and early 80s. Just show them to me. Show me. The second statement I want to make is, do you know Adobe and Microsoft have graffiti fonts? Right? You can write an entire thesis paper in graffiti fonts. Who were the custodians of graffiti culture? Who? Puerto Ricans and some white dudes were the custodians of graffiti culture. That is a fact. And now those elements of hip hop culture have evolved to where breaking is in the Olympics and Microsoft Word has graffiti fonts. That is the contribution of Puerto Ricans to the culture. See, the issue here to me is more about capitalism. People look out in the landscape and say, hey, we can see black people rap. We can see black people be DJs. We can clearly see, due to capitalism and commercialism, we can clearly see how black people's contribution to hip hop culture has been exploited. In the case of Puerto Ricans, the legacy of their contribution looks different. It looks like breakdancing in the Olympics. It looks like graffiti fonts on Microsoft Word and Adobe. That's what it looks like. So y'all got to get off the bullshit. You FBA motherfuckers got to get off the bullshit and just think your way through this. Like, this isn't hard. This isn't hard. This isn't hard. The individual elements do not equal the sum. That's simple, basic math. You need joiners. 1 and 2 do not equal 3 without a plus sign. You need joiners. 1 is 1 by itself. 2 is 2 by itself. But you know what you need? You need a joiner. You need something to make those things come together in order to make them a new thing, which is 3. Culture is developed due to a sum of individual parts that play themselves out habitually over time. Like, this is easy shit. This is easy shit. But y'all are being willfully obtuse because you want to be so black and proud. And listen, I'm as black and proud as it gets. But what I'm not going to do is start lying. What I'm not going to do is start changing history. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I love my people. I'm not going to do that because I'm proud of the contributions that we made to the world over eons. I'm not going to do that. I'm not interested in doing that. My interest is in the truth, not in being pro-black. Peace.